Good morning, friends and family on the interwebs. Jeff Brown, same ruck, different day. Today's topic is a little sad. It's another one of those Magellan TV episodes of generals at war. It was Exercise Tiger, which I have to admit, this was the first time I'd heard the full story of this, what was supposed to be a full-scale practice for D-Day landing at Normandy. Happened in England, off the coast. Slapton, England, I believe, is where it was held. They actually, British and US, evacuated over 3,000 inhabitants of this city so they could hold this secret practice for D-Day. And it was, like I said, full scale. You had several amphibious landing ships, escorts, and what ended up happening, to the point of my question of the day: how can poor communications lead to disaster? Well, in the case of this exercise, there was timing involved, because there were naval gunfire support shelling the beach, and that was supposed to stop at a certain time. And then an hour later, the amphibs come in and start bringing the troops ashore. Well, there was a Navy captain, I believe, Captain Moon, who made the decision to delay that H hour, they call it, by an hour. So instead of that hour buffer between when naval gunfire support was shelling the beach and troops showed up, troops started showing up as the beach was still getting shelled. So there's that. Another instance was, there was a breakdown in communication on the radio frequencies between the British and the US that ended up with 2 to 4 ships, I believe, being sunk or damaged by German E-boats. These weren't submarines, they were like fast-moving small craft that had guns and torpedoes that they could launch. And they ended up shooting, or like I said, sinking or damaging 3 or 4 ships. All in all, there were 750 lives lost in this exercise that should have never happened. The interesting thing is, on the actual landing at Utah Beach on D-Day, there was only 197 lives lost. So there were 4 times the amount of lives lost in the practice than in the real thing. So all of that could have been, most of it probably could have been avoided had there been proper and clear communications. So what does this mean for us? Well, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? In all our relationships, clear, open, honest communications makes or breaks relationships. So how can we help ourselves and help those we're in relationship with by being more open, more honest, more sincere with our communications? Actually, this is interesting, because yesterday in a men's group we were talking about this from a podcast we listened to, Craig Rochelle, and there's basically 4 parts of communication. There's, of course, the words, there's the tone, there's the body language, but then there's the emotions. So just want to encourage you all, and even myself, to communicate better. Gets right down to it, and that'll make for much better relationships. So I attached a video on this live for you guys to check out. It's only about 5 minutes on Exercise Tiger for more information on that. All right, go out there and communicate better, my friends. Have a good rest of your Thursday.